The best muscle up tips on YouTube. I know them, you don't, and I'm going to teach you them today because that's what I felt like doing today. So that's what we're doing. This is not a how to muscle up. This is not a best exercises for muscle up. This is just a compilation of videos that I found helpful over the 3 or so years that I've been spending copious amounts of time learning about calisthenics on YouTube. And I wanted to share them with you guys because I think it would help you out. So let's get into this first video from this very small channel called TheneX. They don't have that many subscribers, so you probably have never heard of them. So this is Chris Heria talking about
on the floor,
the magic button.
You're gonna walk to as far as you can go by the tip of your toe, so you can't hang on anymore. So just beyond that, to where he can't reach, that's where I'm gonna put the magic button.
So the magic button, he's using a little rubber band just to place a marker basically on the ground that's just out of reach of your foot.
And you're gonna try to step on it as if like a dollar bill is flying in the wind, right? And you're just trying to like, oh, I got it, okay. You know, so straight into it and stomp.
And this is basically a target for where you should be landing your feet in the swinging portion of the muscle up. Because if you didn't know, if you try and do a muscle up and your feet are not swinging at all, you're not going to get anywhere unless you're like super, super strong. And the magic button, this is such a good tip for having people realize that they need to have a swing, but it's also great for the timing aspect of the muscle up because as you swing forward, you try and press down on the magic button. And that's when you know, once you start swinging back, that's when it's time to pull. So I'll let Chris explain this a little bit more, but I think this is a great tip.
Yeah. So when you feel that tight pull in your chest, boom, like that, you feel like a buildup of energy from here, and you feel like it's trying to pull you out, right? Exactly.
I also think the magic button name is a great way for people to realize that they should be pushing down even if they can't actually physically push with their feet. They should be trying to like press down. They shouldn't be like gentle about it. You're trying to like get a lot of force into the ground where your feet are because that pull on your body actually helps you out. It's a bit of like an elastic effect and it helps throw you back up and get over the bar because you're going to need all the help you can get when you first start out with the muscle up. There is another tip that's very, very similar to this one, the magic button, that is from Chris Frater here. Oh, Adam Frater, excuse me. I said Chris. Oh, God. So this is a very similar tip using a marker on the ground to know where you should be trying to slam your feet into. But there's a little bit of an addition to this one that you're having a line on the back, and that kind of helps you start to get the swing into the circle in the front. And again, it's just another tip to make you realize that you have to swing, even if you don't want to or you don't think it's right to do. It's just not going to happen from a dead hang. Like he's showing there.
You need to have a little bit of momentum to be able to come around and over the bar. So really a muscle up is not up and over.
Yeah, so our first tip is a button or something, anything. You could throw your shoe on the ground and just try and step on your shoe, just as long as you have a marker like a foot, maybe two in front of you that you're trying to press down on. That's such a good tip. That's going to get around so many people's issues with learning the muscle up. Just that one tip alone, a lot of people don't realize that you can't just pull straight up. Okay, so number 2 tip, the number 1 tip, you know, it was great, but let's figure out this number 2 tip. And it is from our boy Simnett Nutrition, Derek over at Simnett Nutrition. He's awesome, and this is actually a tip that helped me get my first muscle up over 3 years ago. Damn, I feel old. Okay.
So if you're doing explosive pull-ups, you can see that it's really hard to get your body up to that muscle up. And that's why you see a lot of people doing it that style where they get the one arm crank.
So he's talking about not pulling straight up again, like we were talking about before. That's just not the way to do a muscle up, even though people think that's how you have to do it. So he has a great tip.
What I use in my mind is like slamming the trunk of a car. If you can think of that, just slamming the trunk. So I'll do a muscle up first.
Yeah, all right. So slamming the trunk, let me explain that a little bit. It's thinking about not pulling in a horizontal plane like this. It's thinking about slamming forward and actually like reaching your arms out a little bit on the upswing. And that's going to be a great cue to actually help you get explosive and get high and actually try and shoot up and away from the bar. You're not trying to pull straight up to the bar. You're trying to like get it away from you so you can get over it. And slamming the trunk is something that helped me out a bunch. And Derek also has a pretty good exercise for showing like getting better at it, learning the movement, and just getting stronger with it.
And then I'll show you the movement that you guys have to practice in order to strengthen this. Because it's not a place where you generally have strength if you don't play.
So let's watch Derek do a muscle up. Pay attention to how far away his shoulders are from his hands there. Yeah. So his shoulders aren't like close to his hands, they're like far away. So why would we be training pull-ups like this when the movement we're doing is like forward? So this is a great tip, a great thing to realize in the muscle up. And let's look at his exercise for getting stronger at this.
So you keep your arms straight.
So I wouldn't say that you have to keep your arms straight, even though it's probably harder and better training, whatever. Just thinking about keeping your arms away from you, that's a great tip for that slamming the trunk. So number 2, slam the trunk. Do it, slam it. Don't pull the fire horn like a train horn. You're slamming the trunk, not pulling a train horn. So we covered what we should be doing with our legs. We covered what we should be doing with our arms. Now let's cover what we should be doing with our hands. And that's super, super important. I think you could do all of these things really well and still not pay attention to your hands and probably not do very well with the muscle up. So this last tip is from Micah Schultz, Michael Buln or something on Instagram. He has some really, really good tips. He's also like goes by the king of weighted because he's so good at weighted calisthenics and stuff like that. So let's talk about wrist placement and other wrist related things. So the thing that he shows here in this video, just the thing I wanted to touch on, is that you're trying to hold an overgrip as much as possible during the muscle up. It's going to make it much easier to actually do the muscle up, especially once you start getting over. If you're having a hard time through that transition phase and your wrists are like turned back like this, it's going to be really hard for you to generate any force with your tricep here. You want to be like trying to get level with the bar. You don't need to be like false gripping it like crazy. You just want to be like over gripping it as much as you can. There's one last bonus tip from Micah here that I wanted to show that he doesn't, I don't know, maybe he talked about, but on his Instagram, if you look at any of his videos, you'll always see him starting off a pull-up off of a box. And this is, I think, really interesting. Like, see the box there? What else? I'm sure he's got another one. Where's he doing pull-ups? Come on. Who wants to see someone deadlift? Oh, let's see you do a front lever, bro. Hell yeah. All right, so see, he starts off on a box right there. And I think that's super underrated. That's such a good tip that no one thinks about, is starting off on a high platform right next to your pull-up bar so you can make sure you get your best grip possible rather than jumping up to the bar from far away and like, oh, I gripped the bar wrong. Now I got my swing right, but my grip's all wrong. I messed up. So use a box or something next to your pull-up bar to stand up on the pull-up bar, get a really good starting off grip, and then get your swing, try and hit your magic button, slam the trunk. Psh, easy. Easy, 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 easy. You guys got it. I know you can do it if you follow those tips. That was it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. More to come, some exciting stuff coming up pretty soon here. I'm trying to get out as much as I can on this channel, trying to do weekly videos, which is a bit of a struggle for me, but I'm grinding through it. So just keep expecting more videos, and I appreciate all the support and love from you guys, all the people that are always here commenting. So if you like the video, hit that like button. If you want to see the next video, get subscribed, and until next time, good luck on your training, and peace.